Welcome into the Cactus Golf Podcast, episode number 78. We have another, back to more of a full edition this week. We got the LIV coming back this week, so we'll have a little more of a full episode this week than we had, even though they were still getting a little lengthy, even though we were kind of rambling the last few weeks without our LIV counterparts. But
a little bit.
Yeah, we got the news and notes real quick. We got the Texas Children's Houston Open review. We have the Valero Texas Open preview, as well as the LIV Miami preview, and some betting corner. Let's get right into it here, the news and notes. So I wanted to shout out real quick, first of all, Nelly Korda does what Scottie Scheffler couldn't do. 3 straight wins on the LPGA Tour. That's the first time that has happened on the LPGA Tour since 2016.
That's honestly really impressive.
Yeah.
3 straight. Do they play like similar to the PGA where it's back to back weekends?
Well, actually, it's funny.
Breaks?
I believe the first of these 3, I want to say was like over like a month or 2 ago, because she like took off the LPGA went on the Asian swing, and she like didn't do any of those. So I think, which is almost like more impressive, because she just kept up her form without like playing like in real events. I'm sure she obviously was playing, but like to not play in like real events like that is almost like more impressive to like having done that without doing it like repetitive weeks.
Yeah, I think this was, and the tournament was here in Arizona. I also think it was the first time it's been in Arizona in quite some time. I think they had a little bit of a break between the last time they were in Arizona, so. It's been a little hiatus, and it was in Gilbert, so not too far from us. Little hop, skip, and a jump.
Yep. Does what Scottie couldn't do, like I said. Next year, I got April Fool's. Fooled. I like Fool's.
Yeah, all right.
Foosball. Fooled. So, yeah, April 1st, what was that, Monday?
Yep.
Nuclear Golf posted that Michael Block Masters invitation, and it didn't even click that it was like April 1st, and like even though like Twitter was flying with all the jokes, it didn't even click for some reason. I was like, it was like kind of cool, but then I'm like, man, we're still doing this, we're still doing the Michael Block thing, like come on.
The Michael Block thing has definitely gotten old. It's gotten very, very old. Well, the PGA Championship last year is when he had his little star stud moment. And then I'm pretty sure the tournaments that he got invited to afterwards, he did not perform.
No. He had some like interesting moments. I forget what tournament it was. He like hit off a bridge. It was like a rock bridge. It was kind of cool. Hit some moments, but yeah, he didn't play well. And like it'll be cool again. It would be cooler the next PGA when they like kind of have the whole thing again, like revisit. But since they've been beating the heck out of it, it's almost gonna like. Make it less cool when it does come back around.
Correct.
They could have just let it sit and like percolate a little bit, and then when the PGA came around again, they're like, "Oh wow, yeah, I remember this. Oh, that'd been cool." But they kind of beat it to a dead horse at this point.
They're just getting all the views they can.
Yeah, just really squeezing as much as they can. Lastly, here, my last news and notes: Justin Thomas and his caddy Jim Bones McKay are parting ways. So I don't know how long they've been together, but it's been a long time.
2021, I want to say.
Okay, it's been longer than that. Okay.
Yeah, I think it was in 21 or when I saw.
They're like one of the more iconic like pairings I feel like on tour lately. But yeah, so they're parting ways. Week and a half before the Masters, so it's definitely a drastic shift there. He's going to be Justin Thomas. That is going to Patrick Cantlay's former caddy Matt Minister. He'll be on his bag for the Masters. So they got about a week and a half to sharpen their.
I wonder how that process works. Like, does he post like a little thing on Indeed looking for a caddy, and then Bones is like, what's this about?
No, they told me. They told me what it is.
Who told you?
The PGA.
Oh,
the players.
Okay.
They texted me.
Got it.
They have a tender for caddies.
Oh, they swipe.
I got the single caddies, single golfers, and they just swipe. Yeah, they smash.
And then Bones like, I see that you're on Tinder. Why are you?
Well,
on
actually. Tinder? No, so Matt Minister actually had the platinum, the gold Tinder. He pays for it.
So he knew that JT
he saw who liked him. Yeah.
Got it. That makes sense. I didn't know they were so advanced in this method. It's honestly pretty smart. I like this. I like this.
No, so yeah, that's interesting. I mean, obviously, I'm sure they have a relationship prior to this. It's not like this. He just like, hey man, anybody got Matt's numbers? I can text him. I'm sure they had a relationship prior to
goes
that.
to Bones. Hey, you got Matt's number? That'd be so shitty. That'd be so bad.
So that'll be interesting. Yeah, they got a week and a half to kind of figure out their chemistry together and get ready for the Masters. Justin Thomas was playing well while I was betting on him for a while, and he's kind of falling off a little bit, but we'll see if he can get it back. Then there was another thing I saw while I was scrolling Twitter before we pressed record here, is that Tiger Woods
is playing the Masters. Possibly.
If his body holds up for the next 9-10 days. But you know how he's preparing is he's going, what is it, celibate? He is abstaining from intercourse.
I'm sorry? Really? That was an official press release from the Tiger Woods himself?
Official release. I think it was like Barstool that tweeted it, and I think there was another one that had like a quote. I think it was like a press conference or something like that of Tiger.
How does he like go up there and openly say...
Well, I don't think it was like, he's like, I'm not having sex. Like, he didn't say that.
So Tiger, how are you preparing for the Masters this week? How are you getting your mindset ready? No sex. Like, he's just like...
I think he said it more eloquently than that.
Fair enough.
But yeah, so he's really... he's pulling out all the stops.
Well, no, he's not pulling out anything. Actually, he
is. Yeah, I don't know.
He's canceled his trip. I don't know.
There's something there, but we didn't find it.
If he wins, the amount of PGA wives are going to be so upset because their husbands are going to be like, "I'm sorry, but if it works for Tiger, we have to be celibate from now on." They're going to be so
When
upset.
does it end, I mean, can you ever again, when does it end?
That's what I'm saying. They just live for like the short time frame when they're out of season.
They're going to be living like monks.
Jesus Christ. They're living like monks, and the wives are going to be... I don't...
Yeah. Let's... you have any other news notes before we get into the review here?
Yeah, so I was tracking Rory McIlroy's private jet.
Oh, okay.
And I saw that he was in Vegas for the past month. So I did some
gambling
research.
Or what?
No. The Irishman doesn't gamble. He doesn't believe in luck, much as you think he would. He is actually working with a new swing coach.
Okay.
Think of a popular swing coach in Vegas.
Yeah, Butch Harmon.
Yeah. So. I learned that from his flight patterns and studying that took some time, but really excited to know that I read that from a post on Facebook, and I did not check any of that myself. But anyways, yeah, Rory's got a new swing coach, so that's good to see, and we'll see how it goes from there. I mean, that's wait, wasn't this old news? Now I think about it,
yeah. So Nuclear posted about it, recently. 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah.
And I saw someone else, Matt Vincenzi, apparently broke this news like 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, because I remember almost, this is when LIV was in Vegas, and people were making comments saying that Tommy Fleetwood was there. They're like, no, he's with Butch Harmon, that's why he was there. Then someone made a comment that it's the same swing coach that Rory used. Maybe it was Rory used, not uses. I don't know.
Like he used him up. He's no good anymore.
He's no good. He's no good. He's used them all up. That's it.
Dang.
That's why Tommy hasn't won yet.
That's unfortunate.
I know.
Okay, well, yeah. So Roy, we'll see if I know. Ricky was using Butch Harmon last year. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he used them all up. Maybe Rory's screwed. So Rory was working with Butch Harmon last year and got his breakthrough at the Rocket Mortgage last year. So we'll see if it can have the same effect on Rory going forward. Maybe Tommy as well. We'll see. But yeah, so that's what I got news and notes. Let's move on to the review here. Texas Children's Houston Open review. Stephan Jaeger, the Jaeger Bomb. The Jaeger Bomb gets his first PGA win in his 135th PGA Tour start. So he outlasts Scottie Scheffler and another wave of players that were coming after him. He outlasts him, and Scottie's bid for 3 straight PGA Tour wins comes this close. This close. If you can't see, if you're listening to this, my fingers are very close together. That's how close it was.
Wow, I think it's very informative. I
Very
have my eyes
descriptive.
closed. I know exactly what you're saying now.
Very descriptive, huh? Scottie missed a 5-foot birdie putt that would have sent it to a playoff after a really clutch approach on 18. I mean, after his approach, I couldn't believe it. I was sweating Stephan Jaeger outright, and I couldn't believe it. I saw him hit the approach, and then I had to like walk away and I was just checking my phone to see if he made it or not. I mean, he's definitely gonna make it, right? Like it's 5 feet. It's Scotty's putting, but it's 5 feet. Come on.
Yeah.
And Stephan Jaeger even thought he was gonna make it. He was getting the mental space ready for a playoff, but it was not. It was not to be.
No, and Stephan Jaeger had a putt on 18, a birdie putt, a little bit longer, much longer, birdie putt to for the outright, and he pretty decent putt. Honestly, it was pretty close. It wasn't like he missed that one by a mile or anything. So he had a shot to close it up, and unfortunately, Scottie, it went the other way. Scottie just missed the putt. That's how he won. So obviously, I think the player would rather make the putt for the victory than watch someone else miss a putt.
Yeah.
I think it just feels probably better. I mean, regardless, he won. Don't get me wrong. I'm not questioning any of that. But still.
I mean, at least he was in the last. I think he was in the last group. That's like better than like when Hideki won what was it, the Riviera?
Yeah.
And he was in like the 10th to last group or something like that.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
It was just his caddy was just sitting on the hill, just looking out, watching everyone else come in. They already know they won by that point. Like it was very.
That's like really anticlimactic, yeah. But yeah, good for Stephan Jaeger getting his first win. Scottie, I mean, it would have been crazy to have LPGA and PGA both have three-peats, the same week.
That'd be crazy.
That would have been really bizarre. I believe the last time it happened on the PGA Tour was Dustin Johnson, and I think it was actually leading up to the Masters as well when he did it in I think like 2017 maybe.
Okay.
So it was kind of interesting there. It was an extremely tight top of the leaderboard the entire weekend here this weekend. There was about 10 to 12 players kind of jockeying for position. I was checking Twitter and I was watching a little bit every time I picked my head up or scrolled on Twitter. There was somebody new making a move or birdieing, somebody else bogeying, and somebody else taking the lead. It was really kind of cool to see. It was really fun to watch and follow, just seeing such a tight leaderboard at the top. Jockeying back and forth. It's not like somebody who was in the lead and somebody was chasing them down the whole week. It was really fun to see the back and forth there. That was really fun. I got the top 10 here. Like I've said, Stephan Jaeger finished first. T2, we had Tony Finau, Taylor Moore, Scottie Scheffler, Thomas Detry, Alejandro Tosti. T7, we have Billy Horschel, Aaron Rai, Max Grieserman, and David Skins.
There's Aaron Rai. The week after, I have a bet for him in top 10.
The week after. We should come up with like a name for that. The week after, something like that. I don't know. We'll have to come up with some kind of a mantra for that. They always hit, after you bet on them. But a couple of notables here as well. We had Wyndham Clark, T31, Will Zalatoris, T74. Jason Day missed the cut. That's like the opposite. I think. Oh, no, I had Jason Day this week. I thought bet on Jason Day last week. It was this week. That was like the opposite of what you had, but I was wrong. It was some of the notables there. What did you got? Any takeaways from the tournament?
Scottie needs to change his putter again.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
So he went from the blade to the mallet. Now he's got to go.
T2's not good enough.
No. He can't be missing those putts for T2. So he needs to go from the mallet to quite literally anything else on the market. So.
Maybe like, what's it called? Like a polo mallet?
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm a fan of that one. I think whatever he's got to... I mean, what did he say last time? He just has to stop thinking about it.
Just throw the chapstick on the ground and,
Just go. Have fun. He didn't seem too upset that he missed that putt. I think
no,
he just had a big, gaping mouth. Just like.
I mean, he's got his eyes set on the bigger prize here in a couple weeks, so I think, he's walking with enough money, and he's got his eyes set on the bigger prize.
Speaking of money, do you know how much he's earned this year on the PGA Tour?
So, just in the last couple weeks, he won two kind of sort of designated events. I mean, the Players was even more elevated, right? Because it was like $4.5 million. He won there, and then it was $4 million the next week at what was I can't think of the name.
The Arnold Palmer.
Was it Arnold Palmer?
Mm-hmm.
Arnold Palmer. And then this week he probably walked away with like $500,000. So right there is like $9 million, and he's played probably like 4 or 5 other tournaments, probably more than that, 5 or 6 tournaments. He didn't start playing super well until he switched to the mallet at the Players, but he was still having like top 20s. So probably like 9 or 10 million.
Close, yeah. $11.5 million so far this season. So that's crazy. $11.5 million just this season, and we're in April, the beginning of April.
Not too shabby.
That's pretty great. I think they broke it down like $16,000 a shot. Like that's so crazy. Like,
Dude, imagine if he like knew that. I'm sure he doesn't know that, but imagine if you like told him that and like you'd think about that on the course, like $16,000 for this shot.
Can you think about it? It's a used car pretty much, but I'm trying to think of what's $16,000 every shot.
$16,000. I mean, I don't know, it wouldn't be a boat because you wouldn't buy like a boat like that. You'd buy obviously a nicer
I'm trying to think of something.
$16,000 that he would buy like a jet ski.
A jet ski.
Something like that.
A jet ski. Sure. I like it.
I don't know.
I like it. I don't know. Is he a big fan of Chipotle? I think he said. It's a lot of Chipotle.
Yeah. It's a lot of chicken bowls.
$16K a shot. Par 5.
So one round, I mean,
he's shooting 60s.
One round, that's $2 million nearly. Wait. No, I'm sorry, like 300,000, sorry. $2 million.
Yeah. It's like 60.
Like 300,000, something like that.
Oh no, like $1 million. Well, how's that work?
Like 16,000 times 18, so 160.
18. Well, it's 16,000 per shot.
Yeah, times 18. Or shot. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. So that my number might have been wrong that I saw.
Math on the fly is not my
Like
friend.
60. Let's see, you shoot the 68.
Oh, another
That's
thing.
like $1
Did you
million.
realize that his missed putt there on 18 broke his streak for rounds under par?
That was the
20th?
Friday. That was Friday that happened.
Oh, really? I thought it was Sunday.
He shot even on Friday, I want to say.
Well, yeah, but like rounds, I think it was par or under or something.
Was it par or under?
I think it was like,
Gotcha.
under par. Or like not over par.
Because it was a par 70 course?
Yeah, so it was like...
Well, no, that wasn't it, because on Sunday he shot a 68. He shot under. So
maybe it was Friday.
I think it was Friday.
So I was wrong.
But
he did miss...
He three-putted, I think, something on Friday, on that last
So
hole.
his streak did end. It was different than I thought. Okay.
I forgot about that. Yeah, he did have that streak.
About 20 rounds, maybe longer. I can't remember.
24? 20, I think 24 was sticking on my head, too. Yeah. That's
pretty bizarre.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay. You got two truths?
Yeah. So Stephan Jaeger, obviously first win on the tour, so first ever on Two Truths and a Lie. So tell me where the lie is here. His family moved to the United States to support his golf career. He was born in Germany, and he earned his pro card in 2018. Where's the lie?
I know that he was playing the Corn Ferry Tour the same year as Scottie. So I know he's a little older, but I think, the 18, that sounds right. He's obviously got the German flag next to his name. But it doesn't always mean...
What's Thomas Detry? I'm looking at his
That's
right
Belgium.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It doesn't always mean you were born in Germany, that flag there, though. And the first one was what?
His family moved to the U.S. to support his golf career.
That's like a big move for... So yeah, I know the last one's true. Or I'm like pretty confident the last one's true. And the second one is like, like the simplest answer is like the right answer. So I'm going to go that's got to be true. Like he's from Germany. So the first one's the lie.
You are wrong. Just kidding. Yeah, you're right.
No.
Yeah, you're right. So yes, his family also lived in Germany. So he just moved here himself when he went to school to golf at the University of Tennessee, the Volks.
You should have asked me about the college because I wouldn't have got that one right.
No? Yeah, I didn't know that Tennessee either. I mean, if I had to guess college golf, I would think obviously Alabama, somewhere in Texas, Florida,
Georgia.
ASU, Georgia is another good one. I never would have guessed
like Rhode Island,
Tennessee, or Rhode Island. Yeah, that's a
Classic.
good one. That's a good one. Ball State.
Yeah. Ball State.
No, yeah, I definitely would not have guessed that either. But yeah,
Okay.
You're on a roll, man.
Heck yeah, man. I need to get my percentage. See if I can put it up there. We need to get the whiteboard, put my percentage up there.
You're 10 for 10, 10 and 10. 10 right, 10 wrong. You're batting 500.
That's Hall of Fame right there, baby.
That's better than Hall of Fame.
Put my bust on the wall.
That's way better than Hall of Fame. That's like all-time record forever. But that was when our season started. Not really that season, but it's probably pretty similar or a little better.
Okay, let's move on to the Valero Texas Open preview. The PGA Tour stays in Texas. We have defending champion Corey Connors at TPC San Antonio, the Oaks course, San Antonio, Texas. Par 72, 7,438 yards. It's a 140-player field. Corey Connors, I believe you had him last year.
I don't remember off the top of my head.
I want to say you had him because I remember like I have this picture in my head of him being there and I'm like rooting against him. I'm like, screw you.
So you root against my picks?
What I want to win, dude.
Jeez. I might have had him. I don't remember, to be honest with you. I don't remember who I had. It's actually kind of crazy when I think about it that we both had picks last week fighting for the first place. Like, legit fighting for the first place. Yeah. That's probably the first time that's happened in a minute.
Probably.
So
we don't always have outrights together.
No. Purses a couple $100,000 more than last week, $9.2 million. Current favorite is Rory McIlroy at plus 900, followed by Ludwig Aubert at plus 1,200. So it's definitely a much better field than the previous week and than this tournament's had usually in history. So it's good to see some familiar faces trying to get some momentum going into the Masters next week.
Yeah, should be a better field. Some of the notables here that I have are Rory, Ludwig, Jordan Spieth, Colin Morikawa, Hideki Matsuyama, Tom Kim, Adam Scott, Ricky Fowler, Tommy Fleetwood, Max Homa, Brian Harmon, and Matt Fitzpatrick. So yeah, definitely a pretty good field, even though, I mean, a lot of the big names are struggling this year. I mean, I haven't heard anything about Morikawa. No. Hideki's had that one win, but he's pretty up and down, similar to Jordan. He started the year hot. But
Max hasn't done nothing.
Max hasn't done a whole lot. Fitzpatrick, he got his driver figured out with that whole weight thing that we talked about. But he's still not been too sharp.
Aubert's been pretty decent.
Aubert had the second in the rain weather shortened
AT&T Pebble Beach.
AT&T. But yeah, he hasn't had a ton of notables other than that. Rory, I mean, since he had those good finishes over in Dubai. Before the PGA season started, but really in the PGA he hasn't been super hot. Harmon's meh, Scott meh, Ricky meh. So I mean, I really need to see some of these big names come through. And I know we'll get into LIV, and I don't want to get into like the whole thing again, but you'd think some of these guys wanted to like really show out for the Masters and not have. I mean, last year we had LIV kind of stole the show at the Masters really, and even though John Rahm was on the PGA Tour at the time, he's now on LIV. We talked about it before, how like almost the whole top five for the Masters last year is now on LIV. So you'd think some of these guys want to get kick it into gear and kind of show out, even though it's like the animosity is kind of going away a little bit. You'd still think they kind of want to show out a little bit for the Masters and have some pride.
That'd be a cool bet on if you're able to select like who do you think will the winner of the Masters come from, the PGA or LIV?
It'd be a good prop.
Yeah,
I mean it would probably be. I would say like. Oh gosh, what like minus like 350 PGA plus like 250 LIV.
I think a little bit higher almost for LIV.
Yeah, maybe. Probably like plus 450 maybe.
Yeah.
So probably like minus 500 PGA plus 400 plus 450 LIV, something like that maybe.
I can see that.
That'd be an interesting prop.
That would be.
I'd smash LIV just the way Joaquin Newman's playing right now. Rahm, obviously, Brooks. I'd probably smash LIV on that. I would stay away from the juice on PGA.
For sure. Plus, with the odds, I would never.
Actually, what they would probably do, they probably wouldn't list LIV. What the books would do is they would just list, like, will the winner come from PGA? They wouldn't give you both options, is what they would do.
True.
Yeah.
True.
I hate when they do that,
Yeah. Like, we know what you mean. Like, just tell us what you really mean. So.
Yeah. Just because they don't want to, they don't want to they don't want you to have a good chance. They want to make you pick a minus 400 bet and lay some money in. Yeah. I don't know. So I'm going to go with my pick. My pick here, I'm going a little down the board. I don't think any of these big names are going to make too much of a splash. I think they're going to mostly just try and make sure their game's in good form going into the Masters. Not really be too worried about the leaderboard, really. Just make sure they feel good and comfortable with themselves and their game. So I'm going a little more further down the board. One Akshay Bhatia. Been
Akshay.
playing really well this year. I mean, he was at T11 last week. He was fighting. He was in contention. He was one of those players, like I mentioned, that was jockeying for the most time, or for the most part of the weekend there. So I think he's got a really good shot here. I think he's got a win under his belt. He won the, I think it was Barracuda last year. So he's got a win under his belt, even though it was a pretty weak field that week. So it was the same week as the Open Championship. But he's got it under his belt before. I think it's time he establishes himself as one of those bigger names on the tour.
I like that pick. I'm going down the line, but not that far down. I'm going Tommy Fleetwood this week, plus 3,000. Only had one top 10 finish this year, only 5 events. So hasn't played the full calendar of the tour this year, so the season so far. But honestly, just me along with pretty much everyone would love to see Tommy in the winner's circle. Never having a win on the PGA Tour. He's had decent amount on DP World Tour and whatnot, but not seeing him actually secure. It was tough seeing him almost do it last year at the RBC Heritage.
Yeah, Canadian, yeah.
RBC Canadian. So it would have been great to see, but I don't know. I like him. I think we've been having some a little bit more longer shots this year, the start of the season so far. Scottie obviously destroyed that for the previous 2 weeks, but I think it's a good pick.
You know what? Now that you mentioned Tommy Fleetwood, I think I might look at sprinkling him next week for the Masters. He's played well at majors before. He's set some tied some scoring records at majors for single rounds, and he's been in contention. I believe he was in contention at one of Brooks's major wins 4 or 5 years ago. So he's played well. I mean, he's been right around there. He just hasn't quite had things fall where he needs them to. So I might look at sprinkling something on him next week. We'll see. But let's move on to the LIV Miami preview here. We're at Trump National Doral Golf Course in Doral, Florida. Par 72, 7,701. Is it what? Doral. Okay.
Yeah.
Doral, Florida. Doral Course, whatever. Same thing.
I think I'm right. I'm not
I think it sounds right. Yeah, right. Doral.
Yeah.
Doral. Okay. All right, par 72, 7,701 yards. This is the host of the team championship the last couple of years on LIV, but it's a regular season event this year. That team championship was won by Bryson's Crushers last year, and the year before that was DJ's Four Aces.
I've got obviously same purse as last year, as always, I should say. $25 million, 20 for the individual, 5 for the team. You mentioned it already. No previous winner because this is the first time they're doing it as an actual individual tournament, not a team championship. Current favorite though is John Rahm at plus 550, followed by Joaquin Niemann at plus 800. So I'm staying away from those two. I'm gonna go just a couple. I think one more tab down. I'm going Bryson this week. Long course, over 7,700 yards. You mentioned it earlier. His team won it here last year. Looking into the individual stroke play and the match play for the team championship, he performed extremely well for the individual stroke play. He was tied second in the finals and did extremely well in the match play. So I like him this week. I think it's a good one. He's got 4 events obviously this season, 2 top 10 finishes. And I think he'll secure his first one this season.
Ditto. No, I'm going Bryson as well. I have 3 consecutive top 10s is what I'm showing here. He's 4 events so far this year. I believe he has 3 top 10s in a row. And like you mentioned, his team won on a clutch birdie by him last year at the team championship on 18. A tough hole nonetheless. It was I remember seeing the shot. It was a really, really outstanding approach shot. But yeah, so familiar with the course, played well recently. Good combo there. So I'm going Bryson as well. Are you fact checking me here?
He was close. He was 11th at Vegas.
Oh, 11th. Okay.
And close enough. I was curious. I was trying to figure
No, I mean, you can just say I'm wrong. That's okay. You can yell at me. It's all right.
We'll do better next time. All right, is that all you got for LIV?
That's what I had for LIV. The preview there. Betting corner?
Let's do it. I know you were excited to get here.
Yeah, so usually you text me like, oh, well, what are your units this week? And I'm always like minus 100. And then you don't say anything because you feel bad for me. You want to give me a pat on the back.
I get a little smirk on my face.
Yeah, you want to give me a little pat on the back. And oh, it's okay. Like, but you don't say anything. I can feel it through the phone.
Speaks volumes.
But tell us what happened this week. We got plus 450 because the Jaeger bomb.
Jesus.
Digging myself out of the hole a little bit here. Somebody gave me a lifeline, the Jaeger bomb. So I needed that. I think you're still winning, but it's a big boost that I needed. My outrights came through. One of my outrights came through, so that was good. So let's keep that train rolling, baby.
That's nice. I think that's definitely the largest units gain we've had in betting corner in 1 week. So impressive. Congratulations. It's about time.
You can give me a different kind of pat on the back now. Not like, oh, it's okay, Sonny.
Yeah.
Now it's like,
current standings, I'm minus 416. You're minus 639. So you're out of the 4 digits. You're back down to the 3. And heading back.
A couple more of those and I'm good. That's all I gotta do.
That's all you gotta do.
That's all I gotta do.
I mean, that's all I have
Just
to
pick
do.
the winner a couple more times and I'm good.
That's it? I should have been thinking about that,
right?
Man.
Dang, why didn't I start doing this sooner?
What have I been doing?
I think that's the third outright I've picked in betting corner.
Mm-hmm.
But yet I'm always like super negative. Like I had Tony Finau, I think the Mexico Open or something like that last year. Then I had Rahm for the Masters last year. And now this one. Let's try and keep it going. Let's go. Maybe I'm apparently better at outrights than I am freaking top 10s or something like that. I don't know how that works, but okay.
How many picks you got?
I'll go 5 turns again this week. I'll start
5 turns.
I'm going
30 picks.
I'm going interesting pick here. I've never gone this route before. I don't know if you have either, but I'm going 4 aces team winners.
Yeah, I've not gone on a team.
4 aces team
I think
winners.
I did win when it was for the individual team championship.
Oh, okay. Crushers last year.
Yeah.
At the end. Okay. Yeah, I'm going 4 aces to win the event as a team this week. It's plus 813 units. So that'll be 4 aces led by Dustin Johnson, as well as the newly acquired Harold Varner III, Patrick Reed, and Pat Perez. So I know Patrick Reed hasn't had the best year so far this year, but I mean it's still a formidable 4 there. So I think they got a good chance. They haven't won a team event this year yet, but I think they get it in form.
I like that. Well, since you're starting LIV, I'll go LIV here at the beginning. So you mentioned him a second ago, Patrick Reed. I'm going Patrick Reed, top 10 finish. I love these odds, plus 650, 14 units on Patrick Reed. Yeah, he's had a tough start to this season. However, last year he had 5 top 10 finishes, and many of them were top 5 finishes too. So I think this is a great week as ever to be able to start turning that on again and get a little streak. I think he's due for at least a top 10 finish. So.
I hope so. That'll help my previous pick. That'll be good.
Well, just him. Everyone else is gonna get.
No, I'm saying it'll help.
Everyone else is gonna last.
Boost. Everybody's gonna go last.
Everyone's gonna get last.
You should bet on that. That'd be good odds.
That'd be crazy.
All right, my next one here. I'm going with my outright pick. Bryson DeChambeau. Going for him outright plus 1,010 units on him. Like I mentioned, he's been playing well lately. 3 consecutive really outstanding finishes. And he has, obviously, like we said, played well here before, familiar with the course the last couple of years. It's a longer course, should fit his game. It obviously has in the past with his team winning the team championship last year. So I like that. Bryson, he's due. He hasn't won yet this year. Mm-hmm. Let's see him. Let's see him get in the winner's circle on the top step of the podium.
The top step. Well, I don't care what podium, how high up he is, as long as he's on the podium, because I have him a top 5 finish this week, plus 235 units. So going a little heavy on this pick. So like I said, I cut down to four picks, so I can go a little heavier on some of these should be easier picks. So everything that you said and I said earlier, I ditto all of it. I think Bryson's a good pick this week. For a top 5 finish at least,
okay.
or an outright.
Oh, not right. Okay, there you go. All right, my next one here. I'm going KH Lee top 10. I always got like the random. You don't really get too super weird with your picks.
No,
I get a little
Aaron
more
Rye
weird.
was the weirdest I got.
Yeah, that's true.
He screwed me over the next one. His double black gloves.
All right, yeah, I'm going with KH Lee. I'm going a little off the beaten path here again. Last week I went with SH Kim, who almost got it done for me, but didn't quite get it done. I'm going with his South Korean counterpart KH. I'm going top 10 plus 715 units. Been playing pretty well lately. He's got a fourth place finish at the Cognizant Classic, ninth place at the Valspar recently. He's played well here before, albeit a few years ago. 2019, he was T14. 2021, he finished T21 before missing the cut the next year in 2022. Again, nonetheless, he's familiar with the course, playing well, as of late. So I think that's a good combo. So I'm going top 10 for him. Plus 700, a little longer, so I like that. Could be a good payout there. So going with KH.
I like that. Valspar Championship you mentioned. You know what Valspar is? The company?
Isn't it like painting or something like that?
Yeah, I didn't really put two and two together until I went into Lowe's the other day, and it was all over the place. I was like, Valspar makes sense. All right, my next one, I'm switching over to the PGA as well. I'm going Hideki Matsuyama, top 10, plus 250, 30 units. Obviously, already has a win under his belt so far this year, and strong-ish, weak-ish feel, a little bit of a mix of the two. But I just need a top 10 finish from the guy. So, I don't think I'm asking too much. And, yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. All right, yeah, my next one here, my turn here, I guess I should say. I'm starting out with Billy Horschel, outright.
Catch your breath before you say this one now.
Plus 3,500, 10 units. So, Billy Horschel, outright, 35, plus 3,500. Oh my gosh, 3,500, 10 units. So that'd be a nice little payout there. Billy been playing well lately. He's top 12 in 3 of his last 4 events. He has 3 top 5 finishes at this event in his career. Familiar with the course, playing well. Like I said for KH, that's a good combo. I like betting on that. So we're going with him for an outright. I'm going Ludwig Aubert outright as well. Plus 1,200, 15 units. Aubert, I just kind of like sprinkling him outrights every now and then. He's gonna get in the winner's circle.
It's like his name.
Aubert, you just like saying it, yeah.
It's
like,
nice.
what is it? Elf Francisco. You just like say Francisco. Aubert.
Yes, exactly. Like when we're all like, Aberg. No, like
it's like more fun to say
Aubert. It's Aubert.
Yeah, it's
pronounced Aubert.
Yeah, it's more fun to say.
It is.
So I like betting on him though. He's outstanding talent. He's gonna get some wins, and so I just like kind of sprinkling on him every now and then. So I'm gonna do that here. Plus 1,215 units, as well as my pick Akshay Bhatia outright plus 5,500. It's super long for how well he's playing. I know he's kind of newer to the scene here, but he's playing super well. He's got a win under his belt, on the tour, even though it was a weaker field that I mentioned. But 7 units on that one, I think that's just too long of odds. I think it's gone up, I believe, up to 6,000 since I bet it. So I wish I could get those odds, but I still think it's too long at 55 to 1. So I like that.
I don't mind. I like Akshay. He's
the lefty.
Yeah, he's definitely the future of the PGA in a sense. I feel like I can see a. How would you compare him to a current player today? Like,
well, he is current, so.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I should have rephrased that question. Like a veteran today. Think of like Akshay and like the.
I think it's too. I mean, it seems like he's almost kind of. Well, no. I mean, I think it's too early to tell. Like, he kind of just came on the scene last year a little bit. We kind of heard of him, and I don't know. I mean, he's got an interesting build. He's a lefty. He's super like skinny and lanky a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the broomstick putter.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really know who to compare him to. I don't think you have one in mind, or
I thought of one, but then this person is new too, so I ditched that one.
I don't really have a good. I mean, you can't just say Phil because like lefty.
No,
that's definitely not it.
No, I wouldn't say Phil. I don't know.
I don't know if there is a good comparison.
Let me ask you this question then. Maybe this is a better question. If you had to predict his future career on the tour and compare him to a current PGA player, veteran today, who do you think he would end up like? How about that question? Not like who do you
There's so many names to pick from. I mean, you think like on the higher end, like a Fleetwood, maybe it doesn't break through, but it was always
it could be
kinda...
something like that, or it could be like has a crazy start to his season and then it kind of fades away. Jordan Spieth has
Wait, what?
like someone who like starts really young, wins a ton, and then hasn't really done much recently. It kind of just fades away
That's
a little
another
bit.
like super high end comp. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Jordan was even younger. I mean, he was
was
like
very
20, 21 when he
Yeah.
won the Masters.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think like Fleetwood maybe on the higher end. I mean, if Spieth, that would be like the top percentile outcome there for him. I think.
Yeah.
I think like a
So
more
you think
modest
he's
outcome.
He's not gonna amount to anything more than.
That's like a bad way to put it.
Well, I'm just saying.
Meme. Geez.
He's essentially worthless to the tour. No, like you don't think he's gonna like, bust out and have.
No, I mean the safe bet's just no. I mean it's so hard. I mean we haven't even seen Xander or something like that win a major. I mean to say he's going to be better than that. So
okay, what do you think about Aubert?
What?
Aubert. How would you compare him?
Aubert. I mean Aubert's a little older, but I think it's more in the range of outcome for him to be
Still
like
a rookie,
a Spieth
though.
or something like that.
Okay.
I mean it's still a super high outcome. I mean
Yeah.
it's still like almost a Hall of Fame golfer right there. So
Yeah.
But I think Aubert. I mean. Definitely a higher ceiling. And I shouldn't say higher ceiling, but like more likely to achieve like a status like that, than Bhatia for sure.
Okay, I agree. Yeah, just curious what you thought. All right, my last pick. You done with your pick? Your 3-1 pick.
My turn.
Your turn. Yes. My last pick is a triple chance. Rory, Spieth, and Fleetwood. Plus 421 units on the trio. So, if it's Spieth, I won't take the money. So, it's okay. I don't think Spieth's going to be a part of this.
Oh, I'm gonna get that. I
got
that recorded. So,
Yeah.
so I mean, if Spieth wins, you're gonna be negative next week. So, got that in.
Listen, I
not in writing, but we got it recorded. So.
I know
it's going to hold up in court.
I know a good attorney, so.
Oh, yeah? All right, my last one here. I'm going Billy Horschel, going a little off the beaten path here with the pick. I'm going Billy Horschel round 1 over Corey Connors. Just beat him round 1.
Something like that.
That's all you got to do.
Announcer there.
Should I apply for Jim Nance's job after this?
To the green here, and
that's a little too soft. Can't even hear you. I'm going Billy Horschel round 1 over Corey Connors. Like I mentioned, he's got outstanding finishes his last 4 events. Top 12 and 3 of the last 4 events. He's played well here before. Like I said, three top 5 finishes here in the past. And I like betting against Corey Connor. Nothing against him personally, but he's a really erratic putter. And so if he just has like a bad week or bad day putting,
bad day on Thursday. It's only round 1.
That's all we need. One bad day putting. Even though he won this event last year. I believe I don't have the odds listed here. But I don't know why I just dropped the ball there, but I believe it was plus 130 units on that one. Just one quick round 1, wipe my hands clean,
Get some points.
get something on the board. That's all I need.
Fair enough. That's all I got.
That's all your picks. That's all my picks. That'll do it for this edition. But before we leave you, I want to tell you that we have
This edition.
Yeah, it's edition of the
episode. Edition.
Same
Interesting.
thing. I mean,
Edition sounds like it's like a series.
I mean, it is.
I guess, yeah. Fair enough. I'm a little tired here, but that's all right.
That'll do it for this episode. That'll shut you up.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
But before we leave you, I want to tell you we gave away AI Smoke Driver a few days ago. I'm not going to say the whole name because I'm trying to save my breath here.
It's a little ridiculous.
But the AI Smoke Driver to a member for our live stream for the end of March. We have some stuff coming up here. Obviously, we're going to have the Masters. We're going to have our Masters pool for that for our members that are in our Facebook group as well, giving away a $250 gift card to cactusgolfclub.com. Then we're going to be giving away at the end of April a old Scottie Cameron.
Dang. I want to win.
An old Scottie Cameron.
That sounds nice.
At the end of April, if you're a member of Cactus Golf Club and you are in our Facebook group, you'll be automatically entered to win that. And then for the PGA in May, we're going to be doing another PGA pool. pick your 5 golfers. If you have the best cumulative score amongst those 5, then you're going to win $250 gift card to cactusgolfclub.com. So 2 chances. Join now. Stick around. You're going to have some chances to win some cool stuff. You got anything else?
No. That's all I got.
All right. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Tell anybody you know about us. They can get entered to win.
Even random people? Just on the street?
Yeah, I mean, the random sign guy on Instagram. Tell that guy. Tell him to put it on his sign.
Yep.
Join cactusgolfclub.com.
Just walk by cactusgolfclub.com.
So they can get entered to win some of that cool stuff. We will catch you next week for the Masters. Going to be a Zoom episode. Till then.
Unfortunately.
Peace.
See ya.